Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to talk about Razaketh, one of Liliana's demons. Now, this guy, I was almost certain that he was too powerful. However, I guess the sack another creature kind of balances it. I don't know. But 8/8 for 8 flying trample that with no mana expenditure tutors. Doesn't tap, so you can pay 2 life and sack a dude, or pay 10 life and sack 5 dudes to tutor, or tutor 5 times. That's kind of broken. So I actually stalled out while building this deck. I was like, okay, I can all kinds of tutor. What the hell do I get? There's a million different ways to go about it, and I'm sure mine's probably the watered down version, but first off, I wanted to... Obstacle number 1. Get this 8 mana demon in play. So, Charcoal Diamond, Jet Medallion. Of course, the epic first turn play is first turn Soul Ring into the Medallion. I got this signed by Richard Garfield at Worlds in 08 because it was right here in Tennessee, and that was amazing. Hated that the only one I had with me was like the German one, but it's kind of cool. Cage Sun is going to double your mana. Extraplanar Lens is going to double your mana. To a certain extent, Bontu's Monument, it's a mana rock-ish. And whenever you cast, you do the life slurpy thing, so I guess that's alright. Thought Vessel, so you can keep those cards that you tutor for. Fractured Power Stone. And another thing that I did was like Mannequin, Plague Mirror, and Milliken are all mana ramp, but they're mana ramp that Razaketh don't mind eating. Because once you get him out there, like even if you tap them to cast him, you can instantly pay the 2 life, sack them. So you're not really out that much because let's face it, it's a mana rock that help you cast him. Using the pedal and the map. Now the map's going to go get like Cabal Coffers or whatever. Also using the trio of Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, and Culling of the Weak. I figure sacrifice a dude. We're kind of on theme here. The Burnished Heart is also going to help play him faster. So that's, a whole lot of ramp just to try to get Mr. Raz out there. Some things are obvious picks. The Reassembled Skeleton, you can sack him and spend 2 mana and bring him back. And so the Endless Cockroaches comes back from the dead. The Despoiler of Souls kinda comes back from the dead. We don't have just a whole bunch of creatures, so I guess in hard times we have a lot of tokens in play, but not. Speaking of tokens in play, Singir Autocrat. Now, the one thing I love about Singir Autocrat is it is 4 mana for 4 bodies, and once we start thinking about, like, Singir Autocrat is probably the perfect target for the Hell's Caretaker. If this, because the first creature that you want to sacrifice is the Singir Autocrat to tutor, and then it goes to the graveyard, and then you tap your Hell's Caretaker the next turn to swap a Thrall for the Autocrat and get more Thralls. So that's kind of what that was about. Ophiomancer is going to make you a snake each upkeep. So this is beautiful. At the beginning of each upkeep, if you control no snakes, which you won't because you sack them jokers, so you're tutoring on everybody's turn. Thopter Assembly is a good 6 mana for 5 dudes, and you should be able to trigger it every single time. Now, to be honest with you, I'm on the fence about Ashnod's Altar in here. I think I want it, but until I get the Torment of Hellfire, which I only pulled one of, and of course that's in the Bola stack. But when I get Torment of Hellfire, Thopter Assembly will be definitely a powerhouse with Ashnod's Altar, and you can just get nuts with it. Indrik is like the perfect turn before Razaketh, because you play him, you play Razaketh, and you get 8 thralls, and then, yeah, he dies. Oh, well. Now, Monkey Cage is also decent. Yeah, that's like the number 1 card you was not expecting to see right after that was Monkey Cage. But even you could Monkey Cage, and then next turn Razaketh, and then you get 8 monkeys. He's got the monkeys. I see the monkeys. What else we got? Now, we do have some things that are just... I've got, you know, that dragon simply because it does blow up the world. Garrick's Wake blows up everything that ain't yours. Crux of Fate is a board wipe. Deadly Tempest. I like it because it keeps those people who go really, really wide in check. Flaying Tendrils. Now, Mutilate. Now this, Breeding Pit was the first card that came to my mind when I saw the Razaketh spoiler. I said, you know what? I'll just Breeding Pit. And, you know, I'll spend that 2 mana to keep a Thrall every turn, so at least I can tutor every turn. But when I got into building the deck, I was like, you know, just once a turn, that's a little slow. That's a little slow. But still like it. It does dependably get you that one sacrificial creature. Also, another card that I do not have in here that I would love to put in here if I had another one is that, oh shoot, it's on a creature and an enchantment. When I lose a dude, you lose a dude. Can't think of the name right now. It escapes me. It's in the memory, but I'm having trouble bringing it up on the screen, if you know what I'm saying. Now, Spot Removal and Tragic Slip. Doomblade. Tendrils of Corruption, because, I mean, that's just a crazy amount of life you can gain. Sudden Death. And Spot Removal-ish for Corrupt, because, you know, you can spot remove a creature or sometimes a player. Now, Sign and Blood's just good old-fashioned card draw. Let's get to just the core, I'm playing black stuff. Now, I've got Steel Hellkite in there simply because artifacts, enchantments are things that black has trouble with dealing with, but Steel Hellkite does not have trouble dealing with them at all. Archetype of Finality. We're getting fuzzy here. Anyway, let's correct that. You know, I like everybody else losing Death Touch. I mean, especially the fact that, you know, I gain it. That's fine, too. Eater of Hope has a kind of a sacrifice thing there. You can sack 2 of your tokens to destroy target creature, so that's really good on a 6/4 body. Nightmare. Gray Merchant. Bad Moon. Not talking about these because they're super obvious. And Hall of Triumph. And Squelching Leeches are just kind of mono black stuff that it's hard to do without. Oh, I forgot a removal in Ruinous Path. Because a lot of air in them perfects. I guess you can tell I just finished building this. Now, Darkness is I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of people misuse fog effects, and, you know, I'm not going to fog for somebody, probably. I'm going to fog when it is the absolute most beneficial if they're tapped out and I can kill them with the backswing. So that's why I use Darkness. A lot of times it's a 1 mana remove target player spell with what you already have. Now, Razaketh has a big old bullseye on his head. So when they kill him, and they invariably will, because you're not always going to have your Lightning Greaves or your Whisper Silk Cloak on him. When he dies, you can just be like, hey, I think I'm going to sack him and get, 8 maggot tokens. FYI, maggot tokens don't exist, people. I'm telling you, we need a token pack. Anyway, that's okay, because they're going to solve all that, because we're getting tokens for F&M now. Anyway, and if you just let your Razaketh just hit the yard, you can shallow grave him, or shallow grave anything else. Now, I do have a pair of lilies, because it kind of was fitting to put Lily 1.0 and the Dark Ritual Lily. Can we get this up some, because we're crowding out of the frame. I love this Lily. She is the best mono black Lily, I think. In decks like this where you have a big mana general that you got to get out there. Dread Return is just beautiful. Sacking 3 tokens to get back whatever. Hey, y'all remember Propaganda and Ghostly Prison? Well, Black Guy has one too. And all you got to do is tap a creature. Tap one of your tokens. So, now, Hecatome. Hey, we're sacking tokens. Why not? What's cooler than tapping swamps to deal damage? So that's, always fun at parties. Reaper from the Abyss. Each instep, destroy target non-demon creature. This is just repeatable removal on a stick. I mean it. The ability to trigger that morbid whenever you want to on every player's turn, especially if you've got the snake guy out there. Oh my gosh. But you got to be careful, because you have to kill a non-demon creature. So, be careful there. I'm running Karn. You know why I'm running Karn? For all my Wrath effects, all my Mutilate effects, and Tendrils and stuff like that. Speaking of Tendrils, hold on, I'll get to that in a second. But this way, Karn can just absolutely just pass on, kill out artifacts too, because, it's mono black, has a problem with artifacts. That's really it. He's nothing special in here besides, I'm going to kill your artifacts. I'm going to turn them into dudes and then shoot them or blanket, whatever. Now, Tendrils of the Storm Tendrils. That's another card I was really, really kind of leaning toward. I think I've only got one, and I believe it's in the Uncommon Cube, if I'm not mistaken. But Tendrils might be, because I've got those rituals, and a lot of the low to the ground cost, and so I threw Yawgmoth's Will in here just for, shits and giggles. It's a lot of black power cards in here, so Yawgmoth's Will going to let me play them jokers again. Really like it. And our last card, saved it for last on purpose, Smokestack. Now, Smokestack is amazing, especially if you get the Hell's Caretaker thing going off with all of your token makers. And it is just super, super oppressive. Now, as far as tutoring up, I mean, yeah, you play Razaketh and you tutor up 5 cards or whatever, 2, 3. Now, there are a lot of course, the low-hanging fruit there is the 2 black enchantments. You gain life and then you lose life and exquisite blood and all that junk. That's kind of the low-hanging fruit. I didn't go there. I figured that's where everybody else was going. I like the stack. And I love the way that this deck has a perpetual way to feed the stack. So, and that being said, you know, a lot of times Razaketh's going to be your only, you know, the only permanent of importance on the board. Well, that's what I got for Razaketh. I know it is remarkably different, and there's a lot of different choices I could have made, but I like it. I'm itching to play it, actually. Maybe I'll get to play it sometime soon. But I appreciate you watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.